Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, depending on when you're watching. Give me a minute. Hmm. You all have been following me for any number of years. You know that I'm never on any type of social media this week, not this week, this month, period. Maybe once. But I just thought I would come on here. There's a lot going on. I really don't have much to say, but just for my own documentation sake, I may look back on this, um, later just to see where I was at and get a glimpse of my thoughts. It has been 16 years yesterday since I lost my mother. And really, the whole month of July leading into August, that year was just a lot going on. And so it just, by default, I'm always very removed from anything. Um, Not so much depression, but just, anybody that has ever lost their parent will understand. I can't say a loved one because it's different, but to lose parents, that's something that mentally you can't really wrap your head around. I don't care what length of time has passed or whatever, it just is there. You cannot forget it. Not that you want to forget it, but the details, it just seems like yesterday you relive that. And it gets easier, but it gets harder. And I know this year, um, just recently, and I just couldn't figure it out. Maybe I'm still grieving. It's extremely hard. I had a dream, and I just thought if I tell anybody this, they're gonna think I'm crazy. And then I started to think, was it a dream? Am I really starting to? I can't still. I'm still not processing the situation. Yeah, it's just hard. It's really really hard to explain. But yeah, I just have to, continue every day to pray my strength to just cope. It's just to cope. Um, the loss of anybody is hard, but a sudden loss, um, like that is just, it's unfathomable. And I have shared, I can't remember what year. I I think it was 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I'm not too sure. I did share the story on the channel the day I lost my mother. And it took me a while to get to that point, but I wanted to document for the kids' sake. Um, yeah, yeah, just wanted to get that out because she was young, they were young, and nobody really remembers. And maybe one day they'll do the same, whether or not this platform is in existence or not. But just for everybody else's sake, to share, story time, reflection, and things like that as the years go on. So I try to. I had a very busy past couple of weeks, and yesterday was just extremely busy. And on top of yesterday, the my mom's sister, one of my mom's sisters, it was her birthday. So that year was, and she was here during that time in the hospital. That was just, uh, yeah, not so good. And not going to retell the story, but the week before, that Saturday before, my mother was in the hospital, and she kept mentioning August 9th, August 9th, August 9th. And you know, she was talking about her sister, and I just said, we'll call her, and, things like that. But I realized shortly after that, just maybe a couple hours or so, what she was saying about that day. And sure enough, she had called her death that day. So, yeah, I don't know. To me, it was just, she gave me a heads up. And looking back, I was grateful for that, even though it was on a handful of days. But not many people can say, today's the day, that type of thing. So it is what it is. Nonetheless, I was, like I said, grateful for that time and that little heads up and stuff like that, because that's rare and few. People have send signs and things like that to their loved ones, but they never can really say. You look back later on, it could have been a phone call. We had a recent phone call, and there's family member in the hospital right now hanging, and it was like, what that phone call was about. So yeah. um I just like I said, just wanted to come on and do a little reflection, and re, re a little remembrance. Oh boy. Yeah, it's been a long time. Long time. It doesn't seem like that long. Sometimes I lose track of the years and have to go back and figure out age wise. 1955 to 2019, how old would she have been? That type of thing. But yeah, and I just think anybody that has gone through this, not to, the important thing is not to kind of sweep it under the rug and forget about it, and just not do that, because that's part of the grieving process. You want to deal with it head on, whether it's with a support group, therapist, or family, or what have you. You just want to deal with it and not just sweep it under the rug, because you will have those hauntings and those quiet times And, times you want to pick up the phone and call and can't. And, yeah, that's hard. That is really hard. But, yeah, I would say make sure you have a support group and let everybody know what's going on and why you might be out of sorts during that time. Because oftentimes people, even the closest ones to you, will forget, and it's not going to affect them like it affects you. So they might not understand why you're removed, why you're snapping, why you just feel a little, distant or just not yourself. And so, I just say, bear with me during this time. Let me be me. And the most I can say is ask somebody, what do you need? Can I help you with something? Can I just sit down with you, talk to them, reach out to somebody and just let them know you just need a friend. You need an ear, you need a hug, something like that. Just, it's the small things. People don't realize things like that. And I always try to think of friends like that, when I remember that they have lost a loved one during that time. I respect that. And hey, I remember so and so bring up something good about their family member that I remember. Um, Somebody's just commenting on something right now. And so I'm gonna have to go and look at that with my aunt. Um, I can't even imagine how hard it is for her to, just reading her words. I can't imagine how hard it is for her to go on like that. And I just, wow. Mm. Like a double edged sword. But, yeah. So I'm just sitting here trying to, guys, allergies are high up. Everybody's dealing with something. My eyes are still itchy. Um, mm, just trying to get through the days and remember at the same time so I don't forget. There's still certain things that I didn't, include. I didn't talk about the whole process, what it was like, and what I had to do. That's a whole different, um, what am I trying to say? A whole different aspect of all of the responsibilities I had to take care of. That's just, man, it's a lot. Um, Being the oldest and still young myself, not knowing too much. That was just a blow. I had to grow up really, really quickly, having to do everything by myself. Yeah, but I did have my dad to, after I called him in, he came, but it was still all on me. So it was a lot, a lot, a lot with small kids, and I made it. And I think she knew I was going to make it. I took instruction and things like that. She knew, I as hard as it was going to be, that I was going to be okay. And, make things happen. So, again, I am grateful for that. But, no, let's see. What else? There's always a lot going on, and I always forget things when I'm on here talking. Like I said, I just want to come on here. I thought maybe later on, after I get some things done, that I would come back and do a little sit down about some things. And I also talked about, you guys know this is tax free weekend for us. And I talked about not so much the tax savings, but the selection of things. I had requests for shop with me's, and I am putting up grocery hauls and shopping, or not the hauls, but the shopping shop with us, and I have some more things to put up. The all shop shop with us, or shop with me. But it was the back to school shopping thing, and I said that I would try my best to capture, to vlog um, the process. I'm tell you guys right now, I failed. And I told you guys I would try, but it was hard because I had the kids with me. And I thought about it, but we were just on go mode because, for one, it's like 105 out here. And I did not want to be out and all over the place all day long. So, to uh, meltdowns, I had to do what I had to do for us. It's just, and it was too many people, and it was just, it's a mess. It's still a mess, and I have to go out today. I actually went out twice yesterday, but I did have a strategy. So, like I said, to save for meltdowns, what I did was, one, to save money. Okay, everybody ate breakfast. We left later than anticipated, but we didn't stay out as long because we were able to. I had a plan. I mapped out, places that I needed to go. And if I couldn't find something one place, where I would go next, which included a little bit of a drive. Um, I made everybody make lunch. I didn't make lunch, but I ate a little something before we left. And I had a snack, which I didn't actually eat until in between running back out. But yeah, I made everybody eat lunch because just going out, we would have spent at least $50, $60 just on lunch. And I said, you know what, I'm not doing it. Especially if I have to go out again today, because I didn't know if it was going to take me one day or all 3 days. So I have didn't snap a picture. I didn't do anything, guys. But I did share with you guys a haul in that chat, that 2 hour chat, last week or something. I think it was last week or the end of the week before. Anyway, that was the bulk of everything, and everything else you guys had already seen throughout the halls. The stuff I had been stocking up in a closet, my closet. That was it. That was it. The aftermath of yesterday. I don't know if you guys, I can do a haul. So I'm just going to wait for the comments to come in, thumbs up, whatever, if you want to see a haul on yesterday, but there's no actual footage of yesterday. So I'll just wait for that. And that way I'll know. If not, I just won't, the stuff is going to be dispersed, and that's going to be all she wrote. There's not going to be anything else to show or tell or mention. So what happened? Yeah, I think my little strategy worked. I kind of, shoes was like the main thing that I said I had to get for them. Even though I showed you guys shoes, they needed another size. And I didn't want to, I wanted the ones that I have because I always keep a size up. Um, so yeah, that was just a deal. And kids' shoes around here, I have never had luck finding my kids' shoes. And so we almost, I mean, it was Okay, we found one, we found two, and it was like, oh my gosh, don't tell me that we have to go to the other place. Let's just get lucky. And, then we found three, and it was like, and it was a deal. We went to Rack Room Shoes. It was they say deal, but I don't know. I really didn't care. It was just, I don't care what we find, we just need these sizes. Excuse me. I wanted, it was buy one, get one, 50% off. Um, and these are actually pretty much shoes are not really, I'm going to get some more shoes. I just, like I said, I didn't want to drive all over the place. It's too hot and it's too crowded. So I'm going to wait till after this weekend is over to do all of that. So probably next weekend or something. I'm trying to think what I have next weekend. I don't know. I think I might be free. But yeah, I just want to get that out of the way. And I might actually order them. I don't know. Because I already know what I'm getting. But we ended up getting what something that they wanted. So they got their shoes and other stuff. And in light of that, I also have some more to sit down and talk about what's going on. And yeah, like I said, I'm not going to bother with the haul unless I get the feedback on it, thumbs up and stuff like that, so I know to go ahead and share the haul and let you guys know what happened. Um, what else I want to say about that? We did stop at Costco. Did I do anything? Nope, I didn't take anything there, and I usually do. I didn't. I didn't. It was nothing really new. Um, I don't know if you guys are. Yeah, I guess it would only be relevant to Costco members. They just put out some new stuff and or not. Well, yeah, they bought out some new things because we went Thursday and we were waiting on something, and I said, wait till tomorrow. They're gonna put the stuff out, these Adidas pants, and they brought them back out yesterday morning. So we were waiting on those and dropped them down and some other stuff for a really good deal. So we swiped that stuff up. Some binders, they have the best deals on the binders and the pencils, but I didn't need the pencils. But yeah, the Ticonderoga pencils, I think it's 96 and they're under $10. Yeah, I think they're lower than Amazon. But yeah, the binders, I think it was like it's a 4 pack for like $7, which is cheaper than everybody else, and but the quality. So yeah, we got some of those. And what else did we get? So a couple of things I had been watching and did not get. They had the little squirts that I didn't get, and they were actually only for something. So I ended up getting a couple of those and some other stuff. A couple of shirts. So other than that, yeah, I didn't get too much from there, and I'm headed back. I have to go back. I went grocery shopping Thursday, and I need to go back to get things because the I did snap a picture or two, but the I was tired then, and why was I tired? Oh yeah, because I had to get up and go somewhere. I had to go out the city, and it was hot, and the basket was loaded, and I feel like getting another one. So I'm just go back today and pick up the odds and ends that I didn't get, like the almond milk, um, and I don't know, some more things that I need to toss in the freezer. What did I do? We had a turkey in the freezer, and I finally took the turkey out. I had one of the girls take it out, and I baked that turkey for last night. I baked it Thursday night for last night, which worked perfectly because I knew I didn't want to come in and have to cook. So I did that last night. We did. What did we do with that? And I didn't do no pictures, no vlog, but it was turkey, baked potatoes. I made cornbread, and I picked up a bag of the stir fry vegetables from Costco, and that's what I threw in with the rest of that meal. So whether or not we're gonna finish eating that turkey, I don't know, because we just don't eat turkey like that. But the turkey is in there now. It's in the refrigerator, bothering me, so I have to get it out. And matter of fact, I need to go tell my brother so he can eat some too, because he went to work last night. Um, but yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of that. But it's out of the freezer, taking up my space out of the deep freezer, and in the refrigerator. Just life. So yeah, go and do that, and what else do I need to do? I need to run and take a pair of shoes back. Oh, I know. I showed you guys the striped Adidas. I don't have that pair. I just don't feel like getting up. But for one of the girls, it was like kind of like a rainbow stripe, and it was actually a size too big, and I went back because they didn't. They only had like one of each size. Um, yeah, like a four, a three, a two, and a one, which was yeah. But I picked up what I could, and I went in yesterday, and they had one pair, and it was a one pair of the size that I actually wanted. So I'm gonna take the other one back because nobody can fit it, and I bought the other one. So I need to go and do that, but I was not in there buying anything. We just kind of glanced, literally ran in because the rack room shoe store is right next door, but we ran in looking for something, and from glancing at the racks, they didn't really have anything worth looking at, and it wasn't as crowded as I thought it would be. But yeah, I wanted to go back, but I just thought, the lines, because our Ross is usually crowded, the the lines are long. I don't want to be bothered. So, and I usually go in there like once a week just to be getting stuff or looking for something. So I skipped over there yesterday, but pretty much I took the easy route. Like I said, it was hot and I didn't want any kind of meltdowns from anybody. And so I got really, really lucky. Location wise, we literally only drove a mile because everything we needed was right here, and not even a whole mile to get some shopping done. So it's basic stuff for everybody, and that's probably stuff I needed, stuff you don't get all the time, but yeah. What else has happened? I don't know. What a reflection. I'm gonna really look back on this, but I think this is, yeah, this is good. I'll probably look back next year just to see what I talked about, or maybe in a couple months. I don't know. But in any case, I'm getting life goes on. Life goes on. I'm just hearing you got this. You can do this because that's what she was telling me. Mm, literally. So hopefully everybody else is doing well, and everybody's in good health and things like that. I have quite a few friends and, people, circumstances changing. Um, a lot of people moving, relocating. Um, Kids are going to school. So they're going to transition from homeschool into public private charter. And I just say, hey, do you, do you? And everybody has their reasons. I just think it's good. I think it's all good. I think everybody should keep an open mind about whatever their decision is for their family. And, because everybody has choices. And it's just quite an adventure just to see, because it is a transition and people just don't expect things. And just myself, just I have met several new families and people just in the past couple of weeks or so. And yeah, it's just been amazing just to, people have come from out of state and things like that. Um, and I can't tell you, I say this all the time if you guys watch, there are so many people that come from California to Texas. But I met somebody, um, a very nice family, and we've been talking from Utah. So I'm like, wow. And they came from California. So it's like small world, and the same places. So that we've lived. So very small world. And it's like, okay, what you guys doing out here? But yeah, everybody knows the cost of living. This is where it's at. If you can't make it out here, you just can't make it at all. It just, food's cheap, gas is cheap, everything. Just convenience, everything is here. Um, yeah, it's just a place to go to live if you can't want to start over, want to get a fresh start, want to make it, and not just make it, live comfortably. This is the place to be. So, yeah, a lot of people in the area. A lot. And so, man, it's like 100 degrees. It's been 100 degrees out there this morning. It's like 8 o'clock. It's that heat you don't want to deal with. And it's not even um, afternoon yet. So I know by the time I get to the store, it's just going to be a hot mess. And it's going to be like that all day. So it's not like, well, I wait till later. It's still going to be hot. We are in there's a burn ban going on, and a, what do you call it? Oh my gosh. Weather advisory. It's a weather advisory. What am I trying to say? I don't know, the dangerous weather advisory. Anyway, yeah, the heat index is off the roof. So I'm trying to do what I gotta do. I need to take down the girls' twist and do the girls' hair and things like that, little odds and ends. Tackle some laundry, which is every day. Get these kids' laundry up and stuff like that. House is clean. That was a deal yesterday, which kind of took me a little bit longer to get out the door because I have been not home or working. When I'm here working uh strictly, I couldn't really get to everything like I usually do. It's just been bits and pieces, but yeah, I really need to get down and get some stuff done. And so even with delegating the duties out, it's still stuff that need to be done. So I kind of took care of that yesterday morning, and it was a good thing. It was a good thing. Um, yeah, this is easy out there. Maybe we'll get some rain. I doubt it though. I don't think it has ever rained this month that I can remember. So yeah, I do want to say I am getting ready to get off of here, but I want to say again, you guys, I have not. I know there may be some messages that I have not responded to, some comments. You guys have to bear with me. I have not, and I usually try at least once a month because seriously, I just don't have the time. I'm not ignoring anybody, but I really don't have the time. But I'm trying to, get to it. But if anybody has any more requests, um, let me know and I will work on it. That I am good for. I do, uh, I do, I do get to those things. I work those things in along with the things that I would like to share and talk about myself. So, you know, with grace, I'm getting there. Just have to bear with me. But I do appreciate it, and I do appreciate the feedback and the input and things like that. Um, Even when these little, impromptu seem like nothing, they really are. It really is something. It's a little bit of something. So, on that note, 36:52, I am going to say good afternoon to you all. Good rest of the weekend to you all. And I am going to look out for the comments on the hauls and, see if you all want me to follow up on that. And next time I will bring the camera out. Like I said, it was too much. Too much. But know that I'm not done. I'm not nearly as done with what I said. It's just a lot. And then you guys know I am going out of the state in a couple of weeks. So there's more shopping to be had. Completely different. So, yeah, that's a whole adventure in itself. So it's a lot to look forward to. I don't want to seem like I'm just dragging in the vlogs or not, trying to make it interesting. I'm not trying to make it boring, but again, I'm not trying to hype up anything. This is just real life and what it is. And yeah, it's life. I just capture what happens when I can, or talk about it as I can, just for memory's sake, reflections and things like that. So, good afternoon.